When I say Battle Royale is starting to feel like dungeons, I mean specifically in the reward aspect of it. Now, Battle Royale indeed has a lot of rewards within the Battle Pass itself, and even Dragon Claw in the pipe if you haven't already gotten them. My specific problem is how much time you have to invest for the reward that you are receiving. The most important part of the Battle Pass, I'm sure everybody would agree, is the two weapons at the end of it. And then the cosmetics will come second to that, because everybody loves cosmetics, of course. But what else is there in the Battle Pass that is worth the amount of time that is being invested? Rare fruit chests? Nobody cares about those. If you want any rare fruit chests, just go up to somebody and ask, and I'm sure they'll give you one. Stat and double fruit resets? Maybe, but how often are you resetting your stats anymore since the Battle Royale came out? And you probably already have a stock of these saved up from the last Battle Pass. The legendary chest? Maybe, but by the time you get that far along in the Battle Pass, I guarantee you won at least once. And if you haven't, when you get the legendary chest, then what? You may or may not get the fruit you want. It may or may not be bad, but even if it is or isn't, then what? You gonna go play PvE? There's nothing substantial there to do if you've already hit max level. Play a couple arena games with your new fruit? Sure, but why not just go back to Battle Royale? After all, you still have one more tier to grind through before you get the last item, which is going to take a bunch of time by itself, unless you're winning games back to back or hacking. Now, to be fair, I just started back playing GPO. I took a break after I got extremely burnt out playing the first season's Battle Pass. I was tier like 37 and I just could not grind it anymore, bro. The main reason being is that every match felt like I'd drop in and I'd be in the game for like 20 to 30 minutes. And then when I make it back to the lobby, I've earned a grand total of 27 experience. And when the Battle Pass was requiring me literally thousands of XP, it felt like my time invested into the game was being wasted unless I was winning or having a high amount of kills. Which were rare for the majority of the player base. Of course, everybody had games where they popped off and had a lot of kills or whatever, but that wasn't a consistent thing. And even if it was for you, that still didn't make up for the amount of time you needed to play to get enough XP to level up. Which circles back around to my main point of the video. Battle Royale is starting to feel like dungeons. You invest a lot of time into playing the mode, and a lot of time you will come out with nothing. And that doesn't feel very rewarding to the player. A normal dungeon run will take about 15 to 20 minutes. And there's like I think it's a 4% to 12% chance of you coming out with a legendary, depending on if 2-time Logia is activated or whether or not you have the all-seeing eye. Which is which is a whole different problem within itself. But I'll say that for another time. With Battle Royale, you go in and a match lasts about 15 to 40ish minutes, depending on how long you survive, of course. The entire thing can feel very tedious when you've been in a match about 30 minutes and you die and come out with no XP. Or at all, or just very little. And even more tedious when you are at higher levels and need even more XP to level up. Most Battle Royale games have challenges that you can participate in that grant you set amounts of XP to guarantee the player can feel rewarded and that there are multiple ways to be rewarded while playing. But in GPO, it's purely just get kills or win. Why not add challenges for the players to do? It can be anything from simple challenges that are just like, I don't know, just get a kill or find a legendary chest or find a fighting style or land in this area, get a kill in this area. Any simple things like that. Or if you want to add harder challenges for people that are better at the game, you can add stuff like win a game or complete a game with 5 or more kills or win a duos game, stuff like that, so the player feels that they have something else to work towards other than just purely leveling up the battle pass alone. You could even make the challenges themselves have smaller rewards in them for completing them. For example, a challenge can be get a kill with the barrier fruit, and for completing that, maybe you get 200 XP alongside a rare fruit chest. Just small stuff like that. It doesn't have to be a massive reward every time, but just something there to work towards. Little things like that go a long way with making the game feel like less of a chore to play. The whole reason I took a break from GPO was the fact that other than the fact that I was playing Layer 2 for Deep Woken.
He's cool. He's just jumping.
Yeah.
The whole reason was the fact that it just like playing didn't feel fun anymore. When the BR first launched, I had tons of fun with it, but then as the days went on, its issues started to show. Infinite combos feeling extremely bad to play against, certain fruits providing unfair advantages, and the abundance of hackers, which I can't blame the GPO dev team for because that's more of a Roblox issue. But all of that contributed to me playing the game less. GPO's PvP was already extremely unbalanced, and I do mean extremely. The game absolutely takes a little bit of skill to play, and most of the time against a decent player, you're not gonna be able to get away with just spamming moves on a fruit like Hiei with its Ice Stomper, Magma Eruption, or Flame Pillar. But the unbalanced part of the game shows itself when you have a player that does understand the game fundamentally and is also abusing something within the game. Prime example being Yami. This fruit has an extremely fast guard break, another guard break that sucks you in, and two moves that can easily provide extensions with little to no effort. And in a game like this where we're allowed to modify our stats so much, two combo extensions is really all you need to kill somebody most of the time. And if you don't kill them, I can guarantee their health is too low to do anything about the other three guard breaks that you're about to throw at them, whether it be from a sword or a fighting style. But that's in arena mode. After all, you're not going to see a Yami every game, unless you're me. You know what you are going to see every game? A wall. Yes, a single wall can emulate the exact same thing you will see in arena and allowing whoever is hitting you to combo you repeatedly as long as they have a fruit or sword that is able to do so, in which like 80% of the stuff in this game is able to do so. This compounded with how long the games last sometimes can really drain the fun out of playing when you spent 15 minutes walking around looking for players in a BR match just to find somebody has eaten marrow in any decent sword with a combo extender. Now you have lost half your health or more because he touched you once. And that's not even counting if you happen to be near a wall when he hits you. Getting put in a wall combo basically means you're getting sent back to the lobby early in almost any situation. It's just not very fun to play against. This was always a problem for GPO, but the Battle Royale mode just made it more noticeable and even more frustrating because now you only have one life. And now if you lose that one life, now you're sent back to solo queue for 5 to 10 minutes waiting to get back into the game. Foyu or somebody on the GPO dev team brought up a combo escape feature months ago, before Battle Royale was even released. I'm sure it was in development at the time, but this was like before we even knew Battle Royale was in development. If any time is a great time to release this feature, it is now. It would work perfectly in a Battle Royale mode and even make Arena less tedious to play. All you need is something similar to what Project Slayers has. I'm not saying you should do this, but you really could take the combo escape feature out of their game and put it into GPO and it would work fine. It wouldn't be optimal, of course, because GPO has different types of movement with like different dashes and GPO and all of that, but it would get the job done. And it can be refined as we go along. But right now, it just needs to be implemented into the game because it's very much needed right now. I have plenty of ideas for GPO's PvP and combat systems that can be improved, but I don't want the video to be too long. I also have tons of ideas and reasons why GPO's PvE needs something else going for it, which I think I'm going to make a video on next because I wanted to keep this video strictly to be on the topic of Battle Royale and its reward system. But yeah, if you watched all the way through, thank you for your time, and I hope this reaches the devs somehow. Subscribe if you like what you heard, and yeah, thank you again.